And we are live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Film Stocked live show here on this Monday evening. Hope you're all doing well. It is October 2nd. It is officially spooky season. So the main topic today before we get into the Q&A is, what is the best movie to watch during spooky season? I've got my answer, but I want to hear y'all. So drop your answer in the chat right now. What is the best movie to watch during spooky season? The weather is getting a little chill in the area where I live. The horror movie watch list is coming out. Lots to look forward to as we get further into fall, further into October. But if you guys are in here or on the replay, be sure to hit that like button. It helps out more than you guys know. Drop your questions in the chat for when I get into those momentarily. And let's just do this thing. Let's do it. So hope everyone's doing well. Super chat's the way to go to guarantee I get to your question, comment, concern. Again, hit that like button. Let me know if you guys can hear me. And let's just do this damn thing. Let's do it. All right. Let's see. Eli says, my favorite spooky season movies are Frailty, John Carpenter's The Thing, and an honorable mention to The Faculty. Okay, I've heard of Frailty. Is that the McConaughey vampire movie? Or am I thinking of something else? Let me know. But I haven't seen it regardless. We got a super chat from Charlie. What's good, Charlie? Saw X was worth the watch, 7 out of 10 easily. I liked it as well. I have a full review of the movie. I would say it is a top 3 Saw film, which is impressive. So it's not the best in the franchise to me, but it is one of the top tier easily. And the movie was a win for the Saw franchise. So I'd probably agree with about a 7 out of 10. Yeah, I'd probably agree with that ranking. So yeah, that's totally valid. And I'm glad I watched it in theaters as well. As someone who's enjoyed this franchise through the ups and downs, it was a win for the franchise for sure. So glad to hear you enjoyed it, Charlie. And thank you for the super chat. Again, super chat's the way to go to guarantee I get right to your question or comment or concern. It's a huge way to help support me in the channel. Taco Boy Studio says Psycho is a really good movie to watch in October. I agree. Psycho is one of my favorites to watch, or at least try to watch every year, because, you know, we always have new stuff coming out. Like literally right now, I'm in the middle of a Loki rewatch because I'm binge watching some episodes early tonight to get a review out tomorrow. So I'm on a Loki train right now. I'm on about halfway through season 1, episode 4. I hadn't rewatched Loki fully since it dropped. So I'm looking at Mobius right now on my screen. He's about to go talk to Sylvie. There's a big twist at the end of episode 4. You already know it's season 1 stuff, but yeah, I'm working my way through Loki right now. Rewatch, I should say. Hocus Pocus. We've got. I think Hocus Pocus is fine. The movie's fine. Like it's definitely. I respect it as like this classic for a lot of people, and there's no denying that it's iconic. The Sanderson sisters, all that stuff. It does a good job of creating that atmosphere of like a spooky season, but the movie's just okay. And I never really have the desire to be like, oh, I can't wait to go watch this again. That's just me though. All right. Chris, what horror world would you hate to be in the most? Nightmare on Elm Street, Saw, Scream, or Halloween? And what do you think your percent chance of surviving is? I have no clue what my percent chance of surviving is, because if I'm existing in the world, but I'm unbothered by the serial killers and the the psychos, then I mean it's no different than this world, right? But if I'm involved, if I'm being hunted by somebody, that changes up the question a bit. I'll answer it that way, because other than that, I mean, I'm safe in any of these worlds if I'm just in where I live, but I'm not involved with the villain. If I'm involved with the villain, what would I want to be least? All right, let's see. I feel like the worst one to be in would probably be Nightmare on Elm Street, because doesn't he come to you in your dreams? I've seen the first movie once, so that would just be horrible, right? You can't even sleep at night. I mean, you can evade Michael Myers, you can evade Ghostface, you can survive a saw trap, but you can't sleep at night. That would be the worst. I feel like that would be the worst. So I'm gonna have to say Nightmare on Elm Street would be the one I would want to avoid the most. By the way, we got 52 people in. If you're in here, hit that like button. Helps out more than you guys know. Drop some questions in the chat. Drop the best movie to watch during spooky season. I'll get to as many of those as I can. And yeah. Charlie says, amazing Halloween movie is Scream, original one. Charlie, that's my pick. Scream is my go-to best movie to watch during spooky season. It's got some horror comedy to it. It makes fun of a lot of the tropes of the slasher genre, but still has its own really intense moments as well. It subverts expectations early on. It's quotable. It's just fun. Like, this is the go-to slasher movie for me. One of my favorite horror films easily. And my answer for the best movie to watch during spooky season. It's got to be the original Scream. So great pick there. Great pick there. And thanks for the super chat, Charlie. All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. A lot of good questions in here. I'll get to those in a second. I'm going to get through some more of these spooky season movies real quick. All right, let's see. A lot of Saw X chatter in here. Love it. Love it. All right. Yeah, Scream might be the GOAT, which kind of goes with your username there. The Shining. Yeah, The Shining's a good one. I don't go back to The Shining that much. I find the movie, I've seen it once. It's a great movie. Really well made. It's just not one that I'm like ever really going to go back and watch all that much. Certain movies are just like that for me. If they're on the long side and they're a little, really thematically dark, I won't go back to them as much. An example being Fight Club. An example being like a movie like Schindler's List. Like I don't go back to those much because of how they make me feel. They're really good movies. I just don't watch them all that much. The Shining's in that category for me. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Never seen it. Never, ever seen it. Let's see. Am I excited for a Halloween reboot? I think I talked about this in the recent stream. I'm very indifferent to that whole entire franchise. I just don't really care. So I wouldn't say I'm excited. All right. The original Scream. Absolutely. Yeah, I know, Charlie, we just talked about that, but absolutely. We got 3 and Out in here. Everyone go drop a subscription right now. Right here, 3 and Out. This is me and my buddies, our college football show. We have weekly videos over there. A lot of fun. Go check it out. Lots of fun. So go check it out if you want to hear the football talk. I know we always got some football questions in here. So go do it. Do it. Favorite Saw trap? I mean, look, as basic as it is, I really just I'm a simple man. All right. I'm simple. I'm not hard to please. I'm gonna have to say it's the reverse bear trap from the first film. Very basic, very original. I'm gonna say it anyway because I can. Because you can. All right. Scream. Lot of Scream. Scream's such a fantastic movie, by the way. Frailty has Bill Paxton and McConaughey. It's about demons. Okay, I have not seen it. Not seen the film. Starcourt's in the house. What's good? How you doing, man? Watched Monster House last night. Underrated. Is that animated movie? I think I might have seen your story about it. Never saw that one. I know it came out in theaters when I was like 6, 7 years old. I think it came out in 06 or 07. But I never checked it out, actually. Orphan. I remember seeing the poster for Orphan. Orphan's not a Shyamalan-directed film, but it's produced by him, right? I feel like I remember his name being attached to it in some capacity, but it's not actually one of his movies. Because I'm actually going to look this up. I got to look this up because this is going to irk me if I don't. Orphan. O-R-P-H-A-N. What a weird spelling. Okay. Vera Farmiga's in it, and it is directed by... Nope. Is it anyone? Is it produced by Shyamalan? Maybe in some capacity. Let's see. Leonardo DiCaprio is a producer. Okay, no, he's not remotely attached to it. So, Orphan, I completely was thinking of something different there. Got a super chat from Country Boys. Do you think Stranger Things Season 5 will come out 2025 on Stranger Things Day? That would be dope, right? I get asked this question a lot. When do I think Stranger Things is going to come out? I'm technically repping Stranger Things right now. In the background as well. But Stranger Things Season 5, let's break this timeline down, okay? Real quick. And then we'll get back to some spooky season talk and keep the questions coming as well. I'll do it all. I like this to be very laid back. I don't really want it to be too structured. So, look, Stranger Things Season 5, in order for it to come out November 6th of 2025, here's what would have to happen. They would have to start filming next month, meaning the actor strike would have to be resolved by the end of this month. They would have to start filming in November, and they'd probably have to go, let's see, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, because I think they were originally saying they were going to film for about 9 months. I could be way off with that. But if, say it even takes a year, who knows? That goes into November of 2024. And then they have a whole year for post-production. So basically they got to start filming in November for that to be plausible. And even then, I think that I just don't know. It just depends. It really just depends. It's doable. I think it would be cool. But I also like when the show drops in summer. I just prefer that. It's the last 2 seasons have dropped in the summer. The 3 of the 4 seasons, have dropped in summer. The first one came out in July. The second one came out in fall. That's the outlier. And the other 2, one was 4th of July, one was May, July, with volume 1 and 2. So yeah, I'm going to have to say I would prefer it to come out in summer of 25 or 2026, honestly. But if it means we get it earlier for the fall release date, I'll be okay with it. It's just Fall's already hectic enough for my life. I've got, November is my birthday month, Thanksgiving, a lot of family, a lot of football. So I would prefer Stranger Things to happen outside of that season of my life so that it can be I can fully give it the attention it deserves. Because Stranger Things, that season's winning out over anything. I love college football. You guys know this. If Stranger Things dropped the day of any Georgia game, sorry, Georgia, I'm watching Stranger Things. It's the final season. So yeah, we'll see. But that would be like best case scenario, really, country boys. So thank you for the super chat. And that's best case right there. Hopefully that can happen. That'd be awesome. All right. Psycho out of 5. Easy 5 out of 5. Easy 5 out of 5, in my opinion, at least. Night House. I've never heard of that, I don't think. Interesting pick. A Quiet Place, great one. Real excited for day 1 that comes out next year. Trick or Treat's my go-to. Trick or Treat, solid watch. Might try and get around to that one again this year, though that's probably not likely. I've got a lot of others I want to watch. And I have so much to watch, like priority-wise. I'm literally stressed out right now, just to give you guys some insight in my life. I have to basically stay up all night watching Loki, pretty much. So I have 2.5 left in season 1, and then I got 4 episodes of season 2 to watch. And so I'll be watching Loki basically after this. I got a lot of things to do, is what I'm saying, but we're hanging out for the next 50 or so minutes. So keep the questions coming. Loki is at the forefront right now. Ahsoka ends this week. I've got to keep watching Teen Wolf because I'm going to a con at the end of the month. I've got horror movies to watch. You've got a new Scorsese movie. I've got FNAF. I mean, there's a lot I got to watch. So I got to be real picky with what I choose to dedicate my media consumption to. Anyway, Trick or Treat's a good movie. Recommended if you have. It's a quick hitter too. It's like an hour 18. Really worth it. If you haven't, watch them all. Watch them all. Do it. I assume you've seen them all because you said you saw Saw X. But if you haven't, it's still worth watching them all, in my opinion. If you were into Saw X, you'll definitely appreciate a lot of the other ones. Marvel Wholesome says 3-part question: Who could play Nolan's Bond? 3-part question: Who could play Nolan's Bond? And are you going to watch Loki season 2 early? So this is a 2-part question, technically, right? Who could play Nolan's Bond? I would say Robert Pattinson, to be honest with you. They already had the chemistry from Tenet. That would work. Then to answer the back half, I'm watching Loki season 2, first 4 episodes tonight. So at midnight tonight, there will be a midnight Eastern time tonight. I will have a video up where I actually am doing a reaction. So it's my social media reaction to Loki season 2, episodes 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then tomorrow, the same day, about 9 hours later, my non-spoiler review of Loki episodes 1 through 4 will come out. So, so that's the case with Loki. I'm looking at it right now. I'm not kidding. I have a TV right behind me, right in front of me, actually. And I'm about 15 minutes into Loki season 1, episode 4. Again, I had not watched it since June, July of 21. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think I'm so serious when I say this. I'm looking at the camera for real. I think the biggest mistake streaming services make is not dropping their shows all at once. And I know this gets into what about the week-to-week hype? I don't give a damn about that, really. I don't. My favorite shows are on the Netflix shows. They drop all at once, unless they do volume 1 and 2. The best way to consume any Marvel show is all at once. I haven't thought about Loki, to be honest. Haven't really thought about it since it came out. I remember having issues because it was a week-to-week thing. I'm watching it as a movie right now. My God, is it 10 times better? I'm so serious. So if anyone's ever had an issue, and I'm talking to myself too, if you guys have had issues with these Marvel Disney Plus shows, go back and watch them in one sitting. This is basically a 4-hour, 45-minute movie. If you do the math, that's a 4-hour. It's about more like a 4-hour, 15-minute movie if you take the credits out. So it flows so much better in the binge format. And I think these were designed to be bingeable. And I'm serious, Loki, like all my issues have been alleviated with it. I'm blown away, actually. And I think part of this is by the way, I just saw Cam send a super chat. I'll get to that in a second. And I go back, I have those watch parties. It's like it was 3 a.m. I was tired as hell. And I was how do I say this? I was when I when I was watching, I'd say in the 2021 Marvel era, and then I'll move on. In the 2021 Marvel era, I was surrounded by certain people who were tainting a lot of things for me and my enjoyment of Marvel, and that's all I'm going to leave it at, and that's that. Anyway. Okay. We have a super chat again from Charlie. Appreciate it, Charlie. I did not see all of Saw when I went to see Saw X. I've just seen a lot of Saw content and kill counts from Dead Meat Channel. Okay, fair. So I'd watch the rest of them then. I would watch the rest of them then because the first 3 is a contained trilogy. 4, I don't want to say too much about, but watch 4. 5, 6, 7 is like its own trilogy in a way. Jigsaw I could do without, and Spiral I actually like. I'm sort of a defender of Spiral actually, in a way. But yeah, I would recommend the first trilogy to start, get your foot in the door. But you seem to be familiarized with them from the other stuff. So yeah, that's good. That's good. I'm glad you liked Saw X, by the way. And there seems to be a lot of love for that in the chat, which is nice. Cam with the super chat. Ghostbusters underrated franchise and spooky movie. Valid. Yeah, valid. The first Ghostbusters is by far the best though. Because 2 is okay. I never saw 2016. I liked Afterlife a lot though. So I'd say Afterlife over Ghostbusters 2. But the first Ghostbusters, you're right. Yeah. It's a very underrated spooky movie. It's fun. And maybe we should watch those with do they have a track for the a PMI track for that? For the original, Cam, do they? Let me know. And Cam with another super chat. Love it, Cam. Watching The Falcon and Winter Soldier in one sitting is so good. Same with Hawkeye. WandaVision doesn't have. Yeah, I agree. Like all the 6-ep ones, like they were designed to be watched in one sitting. They just had to break them up for Disney Plus. Damn near should have been movies. And that's my thing I've always said is like Loki should have almost been a movie. And I promise you, like, it's flowing so much better because episode 3, Lamentus, where it's like Loki and Sylvie on that moon and it's going to get destroyed. It's like a personal episode, but it's 30 minutes really. And then you go into the next one. And I remember my complaint with this episode 3 was like, where the hell's, I was like, where's Mobius? Like, what's going on with that? It's like, it's essentially, it felt longer because it was like 2-week gap when you're watching it live, but instead it's a 30-minute gap now, and it's no different than in a movie when, say, in Endgame, we go 45 minutes without seeing Tony. We know we're over with Thor. So it's or I'm thinking of Infinity War, sorry, but you get the point. Yeah, it flows so much better. The Marvel shows flow so much better in the binge format. And I don't know why they haven't just adapted that, honestly. Just said, hey, we're dropping this, and I guarantee you do better because a lot of people fall off with the Marvel shows week to week. A lot of people just say, hey, I'm not watching this until it's all out in one sitting anyway, until I can watch it all in one sitting. There are pros and cons to binge versus week to week. I myself am a binge guy. Even though I've enjoyed watching Ahsoka week to week, I would have much rather sat down and said, hey, here, I'm watching all 8 episodes in one sitting. I dictate when I want to watch it. If I want to take a break, that's good. I don't have to worry about, 9 o'clock this night, I got to watch it live. It's more freedom to the viewer. And sure, people could argue, well, over the weeks, you'll have more buzz if you do it week to week. I don't know. People still talk about Stranger Things and they drop it all at once every time. I mean, look at Outer Banks, look at Cobra Kai, look at You. These shows dropped all at once and they were huge hits. So that's my thing, my spiel. By the way, thank you for the super chat, Cam. Charlie with another super chat. I'm just against the Saw series because of how gruesome and grisly they are. Only Saw movies I've seen is Saw 2, Jigsaw, and Spiral. I mean, valid. And I guess Saw X, right? Because you said you saw it. Look, no sugarcoating it. Saw, after about the first movie, I'd say after the second movie, it gets disgusting. Repulsive, actually. And even in Saw X, I was like, good God. There was one, I don't even want to talk about it. One trap with like involving, you thought all I'll say is this, the sound design. Yeah. So I feel you. And honestly, if you're that grossed out by it, then it might not be worth your time to watch the others, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. However, if you can stomach it and you want to see the story, you could just honestly, like during the gruesome traps, mute the TV, go on your phone, because we know how they're going to end, right? We know how they're going to end 90% of the time. I don't go to a Saw movie for the trap. Some people do. I don't. I go to a Saw movie for the mystery, the characters, the plot twists. So I feel you, Charlie. But thank you all for the super chats. You're killing it this stream. All right. All right, let's keep on keeping on here. Let me take a sip of water. I will be watching FNAF. I will be. End of the month for sure. For sure, I'll be watching it. All right. Keep watch burn. I'm gonna keep The Dark Knight, watch Oppenheimer, and burn Dark Knight Rises. One day I'll keep Oppenheimer, but today is not the day just yet. Ewan's in the house. What's good, Ewan? How you been, man? I gotta message you back, but how you been, dude? Just finishing up a paper on Cleo. Okay. Is that Agnes Varda? And if that is, I get a point there. I bet you that's Agnes Varda. I could be wrong. What's your favorite non-English film? I would say Seven Samurai. As basic of an answer as that is, it's Seven Samurai. Another one of those movies, calling back to earlier in the stream, when I talked about films I don't watch much, but they're really good. Seven Samurai is like 3 hours and 40 minutes. It's damn good, though. And it inspired the plots of the Magnificent Seven, of Star Wars, Clone Wars episodes, of multiple movies and shows. It's just fantastic. Hidden Fortress is good, too. That's Akira Kurosawa as well. I like Parasite. That's another basic answer. But yeah, I like Kurosawa. I need to explore more of his work. It's just not really high on my priority list right now because I watch a lot of other newer stuff. Like, you guys know that. So one day maybe I'll have an Akira Kurosawa day. Watch some real cinema. He's great, though. But anyway, hope you're doing well, Ewan. That was a while ago. I'm behind in the chat. We'll do a speed round real quick. Yeah, a lot of Scream answers again. Scream's best horror movie. Gotta love it. Most overhated horror movie. Probably gonna have to say I don't know, actually. I'm let me look at my horror section. If a horror movie has a bad reputation, I mean, do people not like Jordan Peele's Us? I think that movie's maybe a little overhated. Is that the most overhated movie? No, I don't think so. I'm not really in the horror verse enough to confidently answer that question with a good enough answer. I have not seen Haunt. I haven't seen a lot of things involving Eli Roth, but I know he's got that Thanksgiving movie coming out. I actually saw the preview for that in theaters. Water break. Cheers. Can I do Loki season 2 reactions? I probably won't. I probably won't. The next show I'll react to is probably Cobra Kai season 6 because that's going to come out likely before Stranger Things. So probably the next show I react to will probably be that. All right. The newer one, that's a good one. The first though. I don't like chapter 2 that much. The first one's good. I've never seen Psycho 3. I can't, like, certain movies, if they have a sequel, I refuse to watch. Jaws and Psycho are the two that come to mind. I will never watch the other Psycho movies, and I probably will never watch the other Jaws ones. I've seen parts of it, and I'm like, hell no. You're spitting on the classic. Favorite Scream killer? I mean, it's Billy and Stu from it's Stu, but it's Billy and Stu from the first movie. Spoilers. Sorry. Watch Monster House. Okay, I will. If you text me, I'm actually gonna do that right now. I have the list. I'll add it to the list. Okay. I was right. Ewan just texted me. I knew it. Yeah, I knew it. I took a few of those film classes, and that was always mentioned. Anyway, where was I in watch list? I'm adding on the air. I'm going to my movie watch list. People will be like, "Do you actually have a watch list?" Yeah, and I'm adding a movie to it right now. Monster House. Because I want like a fun horror movie, and I don't want to watch like The Conjuring every day. You know, that's just me though. All right. I did watch Malignant. I have a review on my Letterboxd. I liked it, but I didn't love it as much as I wanted to. It was not on the level of Insidious 1 and 2 or Conjuring 1 and 2 to me personally. What I want in Cobra Kai 6, I want the damn Sakai Taikai. All right, let's just do it. Let's just full send and do it. And what do I really want? I kind of want Sam LaRusso to win the damn thing right now. I'm sick of the slander against her. She's badass. That would just be awesome. All right, that's my pick right now. She got screwed in season 4 All Valley. I'm still upset about that, and she deserves to win. See, that sounds like a vibe, honestly, in a way. I kind of like that. All right. Worst Saw movie? Jigsaw of my memory, and I haven't watched them in a minute, but I still stand by Jigsaw being the most detached from the franchise and the least rewatchable. But Saw 3D, aka the final chapter, aka Saw 7, is dog shit. I have not seen the 100. I've heard of it though. I just haven't seen it. All right. By the way, you guys are killing it with support in the stream. Hit that like button if you guys are in here or on the replay, and keep the questions coming. And Super Chat's the way to go to guarantee I get to your question, comment, concerns. Huge way to help support me and the channel. After Ahsoka ends, will I make a review? Good question. I may stick to an episode ranking. I don't know. I'm not, unless it's a spoiler review. I already made a review of the first, like my initial impression of the show. I don't really want to. I've never really done that non-spoiler review of TV thing. If I do, it will have to be spoilery. Like that's my thing. If I do, it'll have to be spoilery because at that point, if you review a movie early before the embargo, you got to dance around spoilers. You have to, like, pretty much legally, but also you can't. No one's seen the movie. You're not going to spoil it. But at that point, what's the point of me reviewing Ahsoka without spoilers? That's the way I look at it. So I would have to do a spoiler review because if I don't, I don't know. Everyone has the ability to watch it. I would do a spoiler review if I were to review it. And it's on the table. I just haven't fully decided. Thoughts on John Walker and Thunderbolts? I'm down. He was an interesting anti-hero. Yeah, I'm big on the binge model of shows right now. Best horror movies. Yep, the Scream franchise is up there for sure. Easily. Could we see Stranger Things crossover? I don't think they would ever do a crossover, but a spin-off series I pretty am confident in saying they'll announce it, if not like this year, probably not this year, but next year, like the official one. Like once we start getting stuff for season 5, they'll probably be like, here's the spin-off. Or maybe they'll wait till after season 5 comes out, but we'll see. Watching Night of the Living Dead. Oh, nice. Nice. Isn't that the movie? It's referenced in something. I want to say, see, it's either Night of the Living Dead or this other zombie movie that's in Stranger Things 3 that the kids sneak in to see. Is it Night of the Living Dead or is it another one? I think it might be Night of the Living Dead in like a re-release in theaters. Because I know the movie didn't come out in the 80s. But I think that's what they were saying. It might have been another zombie movie. Let me know. Fear Street Part 2. See, I'm watching the Fear Street movies for the first time. I've never seen them. I'm watching them for the first time this October. That's pretty damn high on my like must-watch list, actually. Is the Fear Street trilogy. So, where was I? Stranger Things, obviously. Season 2 especially is like season 1 and 2, honestly, are the best. And then I'd argue season 4. I mean, season 3 is the summer vibe, but season 1 and especially season 2 in October hit different, really. All right. They won't do weekly Stranger. There's no way they would do streak. I think they'll do volume 1 and 2 for Stranger Things 5, but I don't know if they'll do all. It would be stupid to do weekly. There's no way. No way. They've never really done weekly, I don't think. The weirdest thing they could do is do like 3, 3, and 3 if it's 9 episodes. Like 3 episodes and then 3 episodes and then 3 episodes, which would still be kind of stupid in my opinion. We'll see though. Is Saw worth watching even though I know the twist? At that point, I'm not sure. I'd say maybe, but that's kind of the big draw. Knowing the twist is that's why I haven't watched the movie Shutter Island. I know the twist. I'll probably never watch it because I know the twist. It's like, what's the point? So we'll see. How many haunted houses or scary places have you been? Not a lot. I haven't been to many haunted houses. The best memory I have growing up of a haunted house is in my neighborhood 2 or 3 years in a row. There was a house on Halloween night. You go trick-or-treating, and like there's a driveway hill you walk up, and they have a front yard, and it was on a hill, and then it flattens out, and there was a long sidewalk to the front door, and it was set up as like a haunted house. So in the driveway, you get in line, you go through the haunted house, and it's like a long tarp thing, and then you get your candy, and then you walk back. And it was so intense. Like I remember What was that? Oh, my LED lights fell off the back of my TV again. Awesome. I don't know if you guys could hear that or not, but damn things to have like no adhesive on them anymore, and that just good, honestly. Good riddance. I need to get something to hook them to the wall or something. Anyway, so I was walking, and there would be like people pop out. One time, someone had a balloon and like hit a knife with it, like the people scaring you. It was intense, honestly. So kudos to them. That was I've never actually gone to like Halloween Horror Nights and gone to the houses. I know they have a Stranger Things one this year, which would be awesome to go to, but obviously I'm not going down there this year. However, I've never really done haunted houses. Honestly, I would probably attack somebody. Like my reflexes, I would be like slapping people if they ran at me. Oh man, what's good, Felix? How you doing? Point. Yep, I got it right. This is a callback to earlier. What's a better show, Peacemaker or Hawkeye? I think Peacemaker's probably the better made show, but I enjoy Hawkeye a lot. Is You worth watching? Absolutely, in my opinion. Absolutely. Hello, You. I've never seen Gravity Falls. What's my favorite streaming service? I think I got to go Netflix. They have just consistently put out elite television shows that are so binge worthy. They've got a great library of older movies that people love. I got to go Netflix. I won't say anything about this. I will say this much, though, like about spoilers for how I think it'll end, or spoilers for the show, really. But I think Ahsoka is going to end setting up not only season 2, but the Mandoverse movie that's been promised. So I think that it will not have, like, it's gonna bleed into something. Let's say that much. It won't be the most satisfying in the moment in terms of resolving the story because it's clearly bleeding into something, in my opinion. We have to see what they've got teed up for us, but something's coming. All right, if you guys are in here, hit that like button. It helps out a lot. 41 people. Let's get at least 41 likes. Super chat's the way to go to guarantee that I get to your question, comment, concerns. Also a big way to help support me in the channel. So yeah, let's do it. Jaws in October. I like Jaws on the 4th of July. That's just my tradition I try and make, but Jaws around the 4th of July hits different. It really does. Her character's name is Sam, right? She's one of the best characters in the new iteration of Scream, easily. Her and Jenna Ortega. It's Tara. Every time I film something, this is insider info. Every time I film something with Scream, I do 2 takes when I say her name. I'll go Tara, and I'll go Tara, and then I'll look it up after and see which one it is because I can't for the life of me remember ever. Like which one. I always mix it up, and I think I know it, but I don't. And then I second guess. I think it's Tara because Tara. I don't know. Tara sounds weird. I think it's Tara, but I always do 2 just in case. And I'm like, oh, I might have to edit the audio in here because I just never remember. It's on me. I just never remember. All right. Hot take, I have a lot of fun with Saw 3D. It's so bad, it's a good movie for me. Yeah, it's awful. And I personally can't stand how they retcon something at the end. I won't say what. But God, I just don't like the way they retcon it. And it's funny because the franchise has never acknowledged what that movie retcons at the end. I don't think they ever will. Ever again. I think they realized it was kind of stupid. So, yeah, not crazy about it. Not crazy about it. I have seen Disturbia with Shia LaBeouf. I watched that in early 2019 or late 2018 with my like freshman year roommate at the time in college, and it's very, very similar to Rear Window from Hitchcock. It's essentially a remake of the movie, like the main plot. So worth watching the Rear Window film from Hitchcock if you haven't. But good movie. I like it. I've only seen it once, but it was good. Let's see. Best media franchise. Well, I'm just gonna say Stranger Things because I love Stranger Things. It was Day of the Dead they were seeing, which is the same director and part of the series. Okay, yeah, nice. I knew it had something of the Dead in it. It was one of those movies in season 3 of Stranger Things. Happy October to you as well. Favorite spooky ride? The Haunted Mansion from Disney, but I will shout out the ride that traumatized me as a kid. The great movie ride that no longer exists. It was at Disney's Hollywood Studios, and there was a portion of this ride where so here, let me set this ride up for you. This is in the Chinese theater, and it's in the middle of Hollywood Studios. You're walking through the queue. It's a red carpet. It's like you're in a theater. You're going into the movies is the setup for the ride. You get in a tour vehicle that's multiple rows. There's actually someone driving the tour vehicle, or at least acting like it, because it's probably just on a track. But they're taking you through movies. And so you go through, and it's like, oh, to our left is Singing in the Rain, 1957 or 51, 57, 51, one of those 2 years. And it's an animatronic. Here's Mary Poppins, and then here's the Wizard of Oz. And you're going through them, right? And then you get to, there's 2 tracks for the ride. You're either going to go to the gangster, like the 1920s gangsters, or you're going to go to the Western. And either way, you're getting hijacked. Your vehicle is. So your tour guide is going to get ripped out, and an actor, like a Disney cast member, is going to come down, and they're going to steal your tour vehicle, right? And it's either a cowboy, hook him, he's doing a stand-up, or I don't know why I said hook him. I'm not a Texas fan. I don't even know what I was trying to say there. But anyway, regardless, they come and steal your vehicle, or it's a gangster, like think Al Capone, right? And they steal your vehicle. You still go through the movies, and they're like, what's going on here? There's like Alien, other stuff. You get to a certain point where it's sort of like Indiana Jones, and there's a treasure idol at the top of a pyramid-looking thing, right? So you walk up, and the tour guide gets out. Our vehicle stops, so we see it at the right. And by the way, I'm 5 years old the first time I ride this. 5. And I'm thinking this all is real, okay? And so the tour guide gets out, walks up, and he's like, oh, this is a steal. I can't wait for this. And then like some demonic voice comes over, and it's like, do not take the idol, or you will pay with your life. I'm making it up because I don't remember exactly what the dialogue was. I think there's probably POVs on YouTube. But the person's like, oh, I don't care, and they grab it. They like grab this idol or whatever, and then fog shoots up from the ground. This is at a high angle, like on a pyramid to my right. Fog shoots up from the ground, and you just hear like screaming. You don't really know what's going on, and then the fog goes away, and there's a skeleton there, and it's not just like some cheap Walmart Halloween decoration. It's like a blackened skeleton. Damn near think New Hope, Uncle Owen, Aunt Beru, Carnage. And it's at the top of this thing. And as a 5-year-old, I'm like, wow, I just witnessed a death. I'm a changed man for life. Looking at a corpse in a Disney park. There's a dead body up there. And I was just like, in the moment, I was like, huh. I felt violated. And then our tour guide came out. The original tour guide was like, oh, that was a close call. And they get back, and then you go through a montage of movies, and it's sick. That night, freaking out over it, and I keep freaking out for like 2 or 3 months straight. I can't sleep at night. It consumed me. So that's there you go. Eventually, it just went away, and now it's like I can laugh it off. But as a 5 to 7-year-old, it was somewhere in that range. Traumatizing stuff. Really. Really was. So that was story time for this live stream. Hope you guys enjoyed. And there's a full ride through POV. Look it up if you're seriously curious. After the stream, look up the Great Movie Ride POV. And I'm sure I rewatched it. And it's not actually that intense, but as a young lad, it was freaky. All right, Scream 1, absolutely. A lot of people agree Scream 1 is kind of the consensus best spooky season movie, and I'm not going to argue. What's your favorite Halloween childhood memory? A lot of good ones. I remember that haunted house that I just talked about is probably up there for me. My favorite memory of Halloween always was dumping. I have started taking a pillowcase eventually instead of like a jack-o'-lantern because I wanted more candy and I got older. And so dumping with your friends or your siblings or whoever, going back afterwards and dumping out your candy and sorting it out and saying, I want, and you can maybe trade with somebody. And that was the best. That was the best part of trick-or-treating, was having your candy and then maybe putting it in a big bowl. And then every day after school, having some candy when you would come home for like a week straight. That was the best part of Halloween. To me, at least. All right. I need a water break after that story time. It's been 40 minutes. These things go by so fast every time I get on here. All right. What's the stupidest Halloween movie you've ever seen? For me, probably Hubie Halloween. That movie is so dumb. I hate it so much. I'd probably agree that's the dumbest Halloween movie I've seen. Um, that or one of the Halloween Town movies, because those are stupid. I mean, even Hocus Pocus is a dumb movie. But Hubie Halloween is just outright Adam Sandler stupidity. But there's some, I swear to you, there's some level of charm to the movie. Is it good? No. But there's a charm to it. And it creates that fall vibe. I don't know how else to put it. If you watch the movie, you'll probably be like, oh, this is dumb and eye rolling humor. But it's, I can't describe it. You just got to watch it. It'll make you feel like it's Halloween night. As stupid as that movie is, it seems to come up in a lot more streams than I would ever imagine. So, yeah, that movie exists. Yeah, can't go wrong with the classics. You can't do it. My favorite Halloween costume was I don't know. I had some wild ones. One time I went as a fanatic Georgia fan, painted my face up, had a jersey, went all out. One year I went as Zorro, I think, for some reason. I think I liked the idea of Zorro as a kid, and I may have watched the movies with my dad once, but I have no memory of that. One year I went as my best Halloween costume. This was not me trick-or-treating. My best Halloween costume was Ron Burgundy. Me and 3 of my friends went thrift shopping. We were in 8th grade. And I was Ron. My buddy was Champ. My buddy was Brian Fantana. My other buddy was Brick Tamlin. And it was perfect. It was so good. That was my best Halloween costume. We are getting MCU X-Men films. This is a fact. It's just a matter of time, honestly. They're in development. They've been in development, I believe. But we need them to officially announce the cast after. Probably not going to be doing that until after these Avengers movies. That's still a while away. No Hubie slander. Oh, man. What's your favorite slasher? Mine's Chucky. My favorite slasher movie or like my favorite slasher? My favorite slasher, like character, I guess, I would say is Ghostface, just because I love how it's someone new every movie pretty much. My favorite slasher movie would also be Scream. I'm a big Scream guy. Favorite Netflix original movie? I haven't seen a lot, but mine is Glass Onion. Great pick. I forget Glass Onion is a Netflix original because the first Knives Out was theatrical. And I just totally forget it was Netflix because I saw an early screening in theaters, Glass Onion. So I'm going to say, off the top of my head, and I'm probably forgetting something here, off the top of my head, The Irishman. The Irishman. And that's a movie too. This keeps coming back to the same point. There's a lot of movies in the world that were not designed to be watched many times, and The Irishman is one of them. It's 3 hours and 20 something minutes. It's long, it's heavy, but it's great. It's a great movie, and that's okay. I don't think I have to even justify not wanting to rewatch a movie of that length. Like Killers of the Flower Moon looks incredible. I promise you, I probably will not watch that movie more than once. All right, it could be the best movie. Like it's just that kind of movie. Oppenheimer's the what's the word I'm looking for? Outlier? Yeah. Oppenheimer's like it goes against the grain in the fact that it is 3 hours long. And I saw it twice and I'm literally so excited to watch it again. I'm gonna buy it. I haven't bought a movie. It's gonna be a special occasion. I'm gonna buy it or I'm gonna ask for it for Christmas. I'm gonna get the damn thing on 4K. I'm going to blast my speakers in this room, my sound bar. It will be shaking the house, and I'll be watching Oppenheimer, maybe with the subtitles on too. It'll be amazing. It'll be amazing. I can't wait. But yeah, my favorite Netflix OG is probably The Irishman. With a knife you run, with a gun you charge. Me and my buddies quote the movie all the time. What does Pesci say at the end? He's talking to De Niro. A language incoming, by the way. He goes, "Fuck him. I chose us." I used to say that all the time. God, I love The Irishman. I love Goodfellas. I love The Wolf of Wall Street. I love The Departed. Like Scorsese has made some bangers. I just don't rewatch things like that as much. I am much more wired to want to rewatch things that bring me joy. And that it doesn't bring me joy watching The Irishman, but it's a great movie. Welcome back, Connor. Hot take: Scream 3 is not that bad. It's not a terrible movie, but it's by far the worst Scream movie, the most boring and meaningless. Like it's pretty bad, and the killer reveal is the weakest by far. Thoughts on the Nightmare series? Is this referring to on Elm Street? I've seen the first one, and that's it. It was okay, and I wasn't intrigued enough by the first film to check out the rest. That's kind of how I feel with, I'd say also Friday the 13th, the same exact description, and Halloween, except the difference with Halloween is they did a modernized reboot that did not acknowledge all the sequels that came out. So it was just Halloween to Halloween 2018. That's what I'd watched. Halloween 2018. The new trilogy and Halloween is what I've seen. Favorite school subject? History with ease for me. With ease. What would you think is the most spooky / scary vibe Stranger Things season? I mean, season 2 is the epitome of Halloween TV. Like that is what you need if you want a season of TV to watch, like on the nights leading up to Halloween. It's got to be Stranger Things 2. What's the scariest? Easily season 4. I mean, that's like you're getting people, bodies are dropping left and right. People are getting snapped up like demonically. That's the scariest season. But the 2 and 4 are the spooky. And then season 1, I'd argue season 1 has a Halloween edge to it. You know, it's more in the Thanksgiving, like it's more like early November time. Like literally, it opens November 6th. But that is that fall vibe still. Yes, she has, my friend. I will be meeting her, and I have a lot more to talk about regarding this in the upcoming podcast episode that drops Wednesday. But Beacon Hills High School reunion. It's in Georgia for those who live in Georgia or near Georgia. It's October 27th, 28th, 29th, I want to say. And it's going down, and it's going to be the next con Cam and I are at. I'm excited. I'm pumped. I'm big on Teen Wolf lately, and she may or may not be going, even though I just said she is. Yeah, she's going. But I have a lot more to say about it. I'll save it for the podcast. Do you like spooky season or Christmas season more? Give me Christmas season, baby. I love me some Christmas movies. We're talking December to December 25th. That time period is unmatched. I love spooky season, but give me Christmas season. I'm going Home Alone, Elf, The Santa Claus, Die Hard. I'll throw in Arthur Christmas. I'll throw in all the animated classics. I'll throw in It's a Wonderful Life. Unmatched. You know, it's cold outside. It is family. It's friends. You've got good sports. You've got good food. You can't go wrong. Christmas season over spooky season for me. Most underrated Scream is 4. Best is 6. That's my opinion. Yeah, 4 is the most underappreciated, I would say, easily. The best is 1 to me, but 6 is up there. 6 is up there. We'll go for like 10 more minutes because I have a lot of stuff I have to watch after this. A lot of Loki to watch. But it's been a real fun stream. We'll keep going for a little longer. Hit the like button if you guys are in here right now, live or on the replay. And subscribe if you haven't, of course. And super chat in a question, comment, concern, a hot take, anything. It's a way to go to guarantee I get right to your question. And it's a huge way to help support me in the channel. Anything goes a very, very long way. But just hitting the like button is very good support. Let's see. What are some of the best horror movies to start to venture into horror? I mean, I'm very, very new to the horror genre. I would say Scream. I would really say Scream. I would say Psycho from 1960. I would say honestly, I would argue, let me look at my shelf over there. I'd argue a movie like A Quiet Place. I would say the original Halloween, movies that are just like not like demonic horror really, but they're intense enough and they might pique your interest. Get Out, you know, like I wouldn't recommend The Conjuring or something if you're just now getting into horror, because it took me forever to watch that movie. But yeah, I would say those movies. Thoughts on La La Land? Amazing movie. I mean, the soundtrack alone is something I listen to constantly. So definitely going to say a 10 out of 10 for me. A 10 out of 10 movie. If Scream 7, how do I feel about cheese? I accidentally clicked on that. I mean, I love cheese. I have all types of it. Parmesan, mozzarella, Colby Jack, pepper jack. There you go. Okay, anyway. Scream 7 actually if Scream 7 actually does take place during Christmas and it's good, might be my new favorite. Yeah. Could be a Christmas movie contender, though. Like, we don't think about this. We owe Scream's a Halloween movie. Imagine if we got a Scream Christmas movie and it is like an all-white Ghostface suit. Really just a cool way to freshen up the franchise a bit. I'm down. That would be awesome. And release it in December, maybe next year. That would be dope. I would be all in for a Scream Christmas movie. That would be so cool. But I'll go for a few more minutes here. I'll take like 2 or 3 more questions. Super chat's the way to go to guarantee I get right to your question, comment, concern. And again, is a huge way to help support me and the channel. But let's see. Best horror TV show. I don't really think I've seen many. Haunting of Hill House is on my watch list. Horror show. Stranger Things 4? I don't know. Water Break, I got you. Least favorite horror movie of the year, Megan. I always end up crapping on that movie in streams, but it's just how I feel, damn it. I can't control it. Better originals, Apple TV Plus or Max, counting things that came out on when HBO. Probably still gonna have to say HBO Max. Yeah. I mean, Barry, House of the Dragon. Look, I like Ted Lasso a lot, but I haven't seen enough of Apple TV Plus. I know they have consistently great content, like people praise it, but I'd still have to say Max. I mean, I haven't seen Euphoria, but I got to give points there. You got Peacemaker. You've got, I haven't seen that Lakers show, but that's another one. Winning Time, I think it's called. So there's a lot on Max, a lot of high quality stuff. So I'll probably say HBO Max over Apple TV Plus. Let's see. Best old horror movie? Gotta be Psycho. If we're talking like classics. Best horror show I've seen is Hill House. Awesome show. Yeah, I'll have to check that out for sure. Will I ever watch Sopranos? I will. It's just eventually. I've seen the first episode, but it wasn't the right time in my life to watch it. I was just like, now is not the time. But I will watch it one day. And today is not that day, but I will check it off the list one day for sure. I have buddies who love it. My parents love it, so we'll see. Favorite horror character? I've never been asked this question, I don't think. This is something new for me. Let me think about this. My favorite horror character. It might be John Kramer. It might be Stu from Scream. It might be Randy from Scream. It might be one of those. That's kind of where I'm leaning right now. Let's see. Hope you're doing well also. Favorite TV show of the year, including final seasons of series. My favorite TV show of the year is probably The Bear Season 2, if I'm being honest. Let's see. Yeah, I got to go The Bear Season 2. I loved The Last of Us Season 1. I loved the way Ted Lasso ended, but the season wasn't amazing. It's between Barry Season 4 and The Bear Season 2. I'll also throw a bone to The Last of Us, and I'll throw a bone to Outer Banks because I'm a big Outer Banks guy. But The Bear Season 2 is my answer. There's an episode where... Oh, are we talking about The Bear here? No, I'm kidding. The Bear Season 1 does have that, but no. That's dope to know. Most overrated Saw movie? I don't know really. People overrate Jigsaw. I see some people say it's really Jigsaw is a lower tier one. And anyone who says that's high tier is delusional, in my opinion. Miss Marvel or Secret Invasion, give me Miss Marvel all day. You like scary movies? Oh man, but that'll pretty much wrap it up for this this Film Stock to Live Q&A. It was a fun one, guys. Thank you as always for coming in here and hanging out. Subscribe to the notification bell if you haven't already. Got a lot of content coming out literally tonight at midnight Eastern, and then 9 a.m. tomorrow is going to be Loki season 2. Like after this stream ends, I'm doing Loki for the rest of the night. Looking forward to it though, really am. So thank you all as always for coming in here. If you sent a super chat, if you liked, if you commented, if you just silently watched, it means more than you guys know. So I appreciate your support as always. Stay tuned for lots more content coming very, very soon. And I will see you guys in the next live stream, next you name it. But until then, I'll see you guys later.